For some of us, we get up here and we do events around town, and sometimes they have a meaning that touches our hearts, and sometimes we're not as close to the reason that we're here. Tonight, Seth couldn't be any closer to the reason that he's here. He's going to explain that. We're going to hear a little more. Seth?
I just want to say thanks to all our donors. Generosity here tonight is incredible. Thank you for everybody who did. And this cause is near and dear to my heart. That's why I got involved here. Because my wife, Jenna, is pretty awesome. And she was diagnosed with MS in March of last year. And it was a big change for us. And she's pretty amazing. And I want to introduce you all to her. And I want to welcome Jenna to the stage.
So first, can we get a round of applause for all the people who Okay, so if you came here and not knowing somebody with MS, by the time you leave, you're going to know somebody. So I know what you might be thinking. You don't look like someone who lives with a chronic disease. And what I say to you is, thank you so much. So I'm going to tell you about my story. I got diagnosed with MS in March of last year at the ripe age of 28. I'm now 29. I turned 30 on Friday, but I'm still 28. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about what happened to me because I think it drives this point home. And it lets you go home with knowing what happens to someone when they get MS. So I'm going to tell you all a story. So come up close, get your comfy clothes on. We're going to have a story time. Okay, so this all started in March of last year. It started very abruptly. This doesn't happen for everybody, but my symptoms came on fast. My feet went numb one day. And I thought that it was because I did step aerobics with the YMCA with all the 60-year-old ladies of East Louisville. And so listen, the 60-year-old ladies of East Louisville kicked my butt. So please don't think that's derogatory. They kicked my butt. But I thought that I had just made something weird. My feet were numb. I was like, it'll go away. But here's the thing, it didn't go away, and it kept on going up my legs. So my feet started being numb, and then went to my legs, and then, my butt was completely numb. And you might not realize how much feeling you have in your butt until you don't have butt feeling anymore. Yeah, this is real. There's a lot in there. I was 28, I was perfectly healthy and numb from the tips of my toes to my tush. It was great. But because I was young, I was healthy, I was like, whatever's going on, it's fine, right? That happens to 28-year-olds, right? I'm not going to go see a doctor. So I have some great coworkers. Some are here tonight who literally made me go to the emergency room to get seen. Luckily, I'm a pharmacist at Baptist, so the emergency room is literally a flight downstairs, and they literally kicked me down into the emergency room. I don't know if you all know what happens when you go to the emergency room with a numb butt. But what happens is they do a rectal tone exam. So what that entails is the doctor gets a glove on, and they put a finger up your rectum, make it narrow down, to see if you have rectal tone. The great news is I did have rectal tone. The bad news is I see that doctor on a daily basis. We make eye contact in the hallway. It's great. But that is is just the beginning of my saga of what I call the number of people at work who have seen my butt. We'll get more to that later. Okay, so that night I got seen by a neurologist in the emergency room, and he was like, listen, we need to run some more tests, we need to do some MRIs. Here's the deal, somehow we had plans. So it was a Friday night, we're 28. I was like, Seth, it's fine. You go out with our friends. I'm gonna spend the night in the MRI. Don't worry about it. So Seth went out and had drinks with our friends. I stayed at the hospital and had 2 hours of MRIs and a narrow light, very loud tube. Here's the thing, you get to pick your music at the MRI machine, and I picked 90s Pandora. Yeah, thank you, proud of the 90s. So I listened to the soothing sounds of Matchbox 20 with the sound of, I don't know if you all had MRIs here before, but Lord, they're loud. So it was just the faint sounds of Matchbox 20. The issue is now, anytime I hear a hooting of a blowfish playing, my eyes might glaze over a little bit, because that's all I associate that with is the MRI machine. So the next morning, I got more MRIs. That was fun. 2 more hours of that. Went down for the MRIs, and the technician says, hey, so it looks like we're checking you for a mess. And I stopped. And I hadn't heard any of this before. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And went on. I laid in this white tube for 2 hours, tears streaming down my face, because I had no idea what MS was. I knew this was going to happen. It's okay, I'm over it. So, like this white tube, literally, I don't know, seriously, if you haven't had an MRI, please YouTube it. It sucks. It's just like shit beating on the walls. So I lay there for 2 hours thinking, what the heck is a mess? You know, I'm a pharmacist. I had an hour lecture of it, and I knew that it wasn't good. So I lay there thinking, am I going to walk again? Is this the rest of my life? Can I keep working? Is this something that is going to go on forever? I made it back to the room, and I immediately got my phone out and Googled MS. I was like, what is this? What I saw on Google wasn't great. And all I remember is turning to Seth and saying, man, I really hope it's not a mess. So I got ordered a lumbar puncture that night, which, again, if you all haven't gotten to experience the joy of a lumbar puncture, let me tell you about that one. So, unlike an MRI, you have to declothe a little bit. So, when you have a planned lumbar puncture, they stick on a table, butt up, with like a cute little cushion, and you gotta get that butt way up there. And yeah, it's nice. Just so the doctor can get that spine real close. Luckily, science has advanced and they do it with like x-rays and crap like that. They also like cover you in blue goo. I was literally blue on my butt for days. It was cute, Seth loved it. But this took the number of people at work who had seen my butt from 2 to 8 immediately. So you know what that means? I can't walk down the halls at work without seeing someone who's seen my butt. It's fun. But you know what? Got a good one, so it's fine. Okay, so got the lumbar puncture. That was fun. Went back to the room. The neurologist came in. He sat down and he flinched. He literally flinched. Because at 28 years old, he had a diagnosis with MS. And it sucked. And luckily, I've got a great support system. But Seth and I sat there for 20 minutes and cried. And it was hard.
And it was really hard for me too. The entire time this was happening, I was telling her she was fine. She looked fine. I told her there was nothing. all this was okay. I went out with my friends, and like, oh, she's gonna be out, and everything's gonna be fine. But when he said those words, everything stopped. You know, like in a movie, you're watching it and everything just freezes. Like you hear the diagnosis, or you hear words, and everyone just stops, and everything is just slow around you. That like happened, and I didn't know how to process it. I regretted everything. I regretted telling her everything was fine. I regretted like that she had to be alone in the hospital like that, and that I kept telling her that she looked fine and everything was okay, and it was real. It sucked. It was real, and it's everything changed after that. Everything changed.
So I was faced with a lot of questions that a normal 28-year-old isn't. Just very abruptly, do I start taking a really aggressive drug for MS that has a lot of side effects? Do I choose my own health over the future of starting a family? Will I walk in 20 years? Can I take my dream European vacation? Will my license be numb for the rest of my life? And if they are, can I live my life like that? So with all these questions running through my head, that's where the MS Society comes in. And that's why what they do is so important. And why the money that they raise is so important. When I found their website, which when you do Google MS, you get some stupid picture first that tells you that you're gonna die. And then, which by the way, if you have MS, you won't, that's great. You should live with a really sucky life for a long time. But the second page is the National MS Society. And what you find on their website is stuff like MS Navigators. You find support groups, which I lead the support group in Louisville now. You find MS doctors, and you find actually relevant information for how to successfully live with this disease, which is stuff the rest of Google does not show you. So the reason I support the MS Society, every drug that is available that increases my quality of life was funded through MS Society sponsored studies. So the money that you all spent tonight and that you all will continue spending tonight goes directly to this amazing society that has done so much for my life and so much for the lives of people living with MS. And our goal is to end MS forever, and it's also my goal for fewer people to see my butt at work.
I'm going to ask Jenna and Seth to hang on the stage here, if you all don't mind having a seat. What we're going to do in just the next few minutes will be the most important thing we do all night. This is the part of the night where we're just going to ask you to give. There's a level for everyone in this room. They've asked me to start rather low, and I said, you know, we've got a pretty generous audience here. I've seen it on